Don't tell them your whole life story about how you wanted to be a model since you were like 5. They don't care. And it's not because you're ugly, no. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Yami K back with another video. And for those that don't know me, my name is Yami Kani and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys stay. Make sure to subscribe, share, comment, like, turn on your post notifications so that each time I post a video you guys are aware of it. Before we get into the video, I'd like to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. This is so motivating. This is a milestone for me, guys, because I usually struggle with like YouTube and things like that, but then this has motivated me to make more content for you guys. So today's video is going to be a bit different. So today we're going to be talking about how to get into modeling, and the reason I picked this subject is because a couple of you guys had been asking me on Instagram how I got into modeling, steps I took, things I did to get where I am today. So I hope this video helps. I'll try to be as detailed as possible so that you guys can pick up a thing or two if you're looking into get into the modeling industry. When it comes to modeling, there's no specific formula. Okay, some people get into modeling because, you know, they were scouted one day when they were at the mall. Lucky them, they were scouted at the mall, wherever, a concert or whatever. Yeah, that happens. Some people are scouted on Instagram, especially during COVID. People are getting scouted on Instagram, so Instagram is a way that, you know, you can get discovered, but then that also depends on like the type of stuff you post on your social media. You know, things happen differently for different people. They're the nipple babies, where, you know, if the older sister, older brother, family, whatever, are already in the industry and have been in the industry and are famous, automatically people look at you know, at the siblings. They're like, you know what, let's get you signed and things like that. So I'm just gonna tell you guys how I did it. So basically I started in like February 2020. That's when I decided I wanted to get into the modeling industry and be serious about it, because I would get like a couple of compliments from people like, oh, do you model? And I was like, you know what, let me actually try this out. The worst that could happen is me not making it, right? So I decided February 2020, that's what I wanted to do. To start off, I started by researching more things, well, more information about like modeling, what it was about, and that's when you discover that there are different types of modeling. So you need to know which type of modeling you want to do, which type of modeling you like, where you probably fit in. I'm not saying that you can't do it, I'm just, you know, telling you things as it is, like being realistic, right? I know I promote being delusional, but like for now you just have to be realistic. Okay, so point one, make sure you start by doing your research. Figure out what type of modeling you want to do, so that, because that's gonna come in really handy when you're picking the agency that you want to be signed to, or the agency you want to apply to, and things like that. So you need to know what type of modeling you want to do. And an important thing to do is to make sure you check your stats, right? Because that information is very vital when you're now applying online, because that's what they ask for. So if you don't know, it's better for you to actually write it down in your notes or something, so that when you're now answering, you know, and you get through applications quicker if you know your measurements and things, that in your information. It's like hair color, eye color, shoe size, waist, bust, hips. This video is probably going to be like more on the girl side, but if you guys want like a male version, I can do more research on that and make a video for you. But as for the women, those are the measurements you need to know, your dress size and stuff like that. And I went to this website, it's called Models.com. I'll probably link it in my description. It's called Models.com. When you go there, like, it's literally heaven for people that want to be in the modeling industry, because that's where you find photographers, you find models, producers, casting directors, and things like that. So like that's heaven for the modeling industry. So you can go to models.com. Depending on where you live, there's actually like filters there where you can decide, oh, I want to check in the United States, or I want to check in New York, Los Angeles, and things like that. Okay, after you've gone through models.com, the next thing you need to do is write down the agencies, or at least keep them in mind, because you're not applying yet. We're not applying yet. So when you've done that, you need to move on to the next step, which is taking your digitals. Those are very important. Well, I had to take them because that's how you apply. They ask you in the application, like, can you give us a close-up, 3/4 of your profile, full body, and things like that. So those would be your digitals. I will put up examples like on the screen of what digitals look like, and I will also do a detailed video on how to take those, because honestly speaking, you don't need like a fancy camera or anything like that. You can take a picture with your phone, but not selfies. Get someone to help you take those pictures. You need to do it like when there's proper sunlight or whatever, just good lighting, so that they can see you as you are. And when you take those digitals, you don't have to have like a wig on, please. You don't have to have like a wig on, or makeup, lashes, your nails. You don't have to have long nails. Makeup, you don't even have to have makeup on. Sometimes you can put like light makeup, but it's advisable not to put any makeup at all, because they want to see you in your most natural state. And I would honestly call them mug shots, as you need to come as you are. Okay, so now when you have your digitals, that's when you start applying. That's when you start applying to the agencies. Those agencies I told you to keep in mind or to write down, go on their websites. Most probably they have like a section on their website that says scout me, or looking for models, or whatever. Like, they have some submission tab on their website. Hopefully I can put an example by the side to show you like what it looks like. I'll put examples if possible, just to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so not all websites have like the tab that says scout me or whatever. Sometimes they just put the email as to where you can send your stuff to them. By stuff, this means you need to put your digitals in there, you need to put your measurements in there. Don't tell them your whole life story about how you wanted to be a model since you were like 5. They don't care. They just want they have so many applications getting in. They don't want to waste time trying to read through your life story. Like, you just need to cut to the chase. So hopefully I can do another video on how to send like a proper email and what to include in the email, so that you're not like blabbering and they don't just throw your email in the trash. Okay, and if the online route doesn't work for you, that's completely fine. Some agencies do open calls. By an open call, I mean like they're like, you can come in, like it depends where the agency is. Sometimes, for example, an agency is in New York, they could have like an open call. I'm going to use Ford as an example. Ford is an agency. They could post on their Instagram, or they could put on their website that they have an open call, and models can go. Doesn't matter, like you can go, and if they like you, sometimes they'll sign you there and there, or sometimes they'll tell you to come back, or they'll tell you, oh, we'll get back to you. Again, you need to go in your most natural state. You don't have to put on a wig and things like that. Like, just go in your most natural state. And then they'll probably tell you to do a runway walk as well. They'll probably tell you to walk up and down. They'll take digitals of you there as well. And sometimes when they don't get back to you, just know, just read in between the lines. Sometimes they don't get back to you, they don't want you. Okay, so the turnaround time for an open call isn't too bad, but if they go weeks without saying anything to you, I feel like you should read in between the lines. As for the online applications, I feel like a week is like a good space of time for you to actually, to get a response. If they don't respond to you in like a week, you could email them and ask if they, if they have any updates. And if they don't reply to that email, it's probably a no. And one thing you need to know when you're getting into the modeling industry, rejection is normal. Rejection sometimes is going to be your best friend for a while, and it's not because you're ugly. No, sometimes it's just you're just not what the agency is looking for at the time, and that is completely fine. Because sometimes it will be a season where they're looking for people with big lips, or they're looking for people with gaps in between their teeth and things like that, and sometimes you don't fit the criteria, and that's fine. Like, yes, those are just weird examples, but my point is you just might not be what they're looking for that season. So it's okay. Rejection is normal. Sometimes they actually give you constructive criticism when they do reject you, of which that is very rare. So when you get that, be thankful and work on yourself so that you can improve yourself and be better. But rejection is normal. It's not something you can cry like the first few times I used to cry when I used to get rejected, and you just need to get comfortable with rejection. Like if they tell you no, it's okay, it happens, you move on, apply somewhere else. Okay, so if you don't want to go that route, another way you can slowly get into the modeling industry is if you work on your portfolio, because that's going to be important. Sometimes when you get signed by an agency, they will help you work on your portfolio. Like that's what happened with me. I got signed with my first agency, I think it was in August of 2020, and they offered to actually help me work on my portfolio. They developed me for like a year and a half, because I wasn't like a full-time model. I was like part-time because I was going to school as well. They teach you like how to pose like with your facial features, with your arms, how you so that you're not awkward in front of the camera. So I would say the development stage is very vital. Whereas if you don't get the opportunity to do that, you can literally teach yourself at home. Like you can find information on the internet. There are people out there that do teach how to pose, how to be comfortable in front of the camera, because there are freelance models that are not exactly signed by modeling agencies, but they still land big gigs by themselves. And most probably this is like by signing up on like, there's this website called casting networks. You can sign up, there are jobs there, you can apply and things like that. And another one is called Backstage. I will do a video like giving you guys information on where you can sign yourselves up if you want to be a freelance model and you don't necessarily get signed by an agency. Not getting signed by an agency doesn't mean it's over for you. Like it doesn't mean it's over for you. Sometimes it's just not the time for you to be signed by an agency. You still have time to work on yourself. By working on yourself, I mean watch what you eat, exercise, take care of your skin, take care of your nails and things like that. Like take care of yourself, make yourself better so that next time when you apply you look different. Some people opt to get signed by agencies because with an agent by your side you're most probably going to land like bigger jobs and things like, because they have connections, right? So sometimes it's just nice to be signed with an agency because you don't understand, an agent will take you places. But I'm not saying if you don't have an agent it's the end of your life. It's really not. Like you can still get big jobs and things like that. But it's a win-win whatever you decide to do, because not everyone is going to be signed with an agency. For being realistic, not everyone is going to get signed, and if you still have the passion for it, it doesn't mean you should stop. Okay, it doesn't mean you should stop. You can still work on yourself and get there. Just gonna take time, but if it's something that you want, time won't be a problem. So now we're gonna do a recap of what I spoke about in this video. So if you're looking into getting into modeling, make sure you do your research, figure out what type of modeling you want to do, and based on that you can look for agencies that cater to that type of modeling. Okay, so when you've done that, you've gone to Modelscom and you figured out what type of agencies you want to apply to, make sure you take your digitals, make sure you know your stats, because that's going to be very important when you apply. Your digitals and your stats, those are two important things that you need to know, that you need to just have, right? So when you've applied to agencies, those that don't have the Scout Me for those that don't have the Scout Me tab on their website, you can send an email, and make sure your email is not too long, not over detailed. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, test shoots. That's if you're working on your portfolio. Test shoots are a good way for you to gain experience, to be comfortable in front of the camera, right? Because you're trying different angles to see what works for you. So that's like the best experience you can get, because now when you've been put on set, when you actually get a job, you know what you're doing, and you're not gonna let your agent down, or you're not gonna let yourself down, or the client down. You don't have to pay like large amounts to work on your portfolio. You can get photographers, the photographers I was talking about that just take pictures and it's going to benefit the both of you. They're going to put it in their portfolio, you're going to put it in your portfolio. Your agency will invest in you because they know that you're going to bring money back, right? Practice, practice, practice. Work on yourself. Exercise, eat healthy. I'm not saying starve yourself, like that's so unrealistic. Drink water, look after your skin, look after your hair, look after your nails. Just be the best version of yourself. Just always look 100%. Just always look 100%. Okay guys, so that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I try to be as detailed as possible. However, for some topics I wasn't as detailed because I will do specific videos on those topics. For example, how to take proper digitals and how to send a proper email to an agency so that they don't just throw your email in the trash and say you're wasting your time. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, share, a like, turn on your post notifications if you want to see more content on modeling, fashion content, beauty content. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and getting to the end. And again, thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. See you guys next time. Bye.